Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today my guests are very dear friends of mine and they are from a place which is always more fun, the Philippines, right? So let's start by a small round of introduction. Let's start with you first.
Okay, about me.
Yeah.
My name is Claire and I'm from the Philippines.
I'm Michelle from Philippines.
I'm Clarence and I'm from Philippines.
Okay, so first of all, thank you all very much for this interview. So you are from the Philippines. Where in Japan are you living right now? Let's start with you, Claire.
I live in Yokohama.
You live in Yokohama, all right. And how long have you been living in Japan?
I've been in Japan since 2009, January of 2009.
Alright.
And I live in Yokohama since April 2011.
Wow, so that's maybe 9 years?
Yeah.
All right, wow. Can you share with us your experience of living in Japan? What's it been like for you?
Oh, so from the start it was really hard
All right.
because I don't speak Japanese
Okay.
at all. But later on, I like it. I like living here.
All right. Oh,
It's very convenient and very safe.
nice. How about you, Michelle and Clarence? I'm assuming that both of you moved at the same time, during the same time? here?
Yes.
When was that? When did you move to Japan?
February 2009.
2009. So
Yeah.
you came before Claire. 2011?
After
2009, January. I
Ja-
first
Just
arrived.
2009. Oh,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
yeah.
all right.
January
all right.
2009. I used to live in Shizuoka-Ken.
Yeah, amazing. So you were in Shizuoka-Ken before
Yeah.
moving to Kanagawa.
Yeah,
That's
after the big
amazing.
earthquake, I moved to Yokohama.
Did the earthquake scare you away?
Not really. There was a job of opportunity for me
all right.
in Yokohama.
So you both moved in 2009 together. Right?
Yes.
How has your experience been living in Japan, away from the
The
Philippines?
first few years, it was really hard since we both don't speak Japanese and
Yes.
we don't know
Yes.
anything, anything, even the culture.
All right.
So we have a son.
Yes.
We bring him here like he was turning 3 at the time, and it was really difficult because when he started going out and going to school, before in the Philippines he can talk, but when we came here he was like mute.
Because it was very difficult for him to sort of
Yes,
adjust
yeah,
without
so
knowing the
maybe
language. And
He's very confused
yes.
of
Yes.
the language because
Okay.
he used to talk in English and our own language, but when he went to school it was like all Japanese.
All right. So did it take a very long time for you to sort of get accustomed to the culture, the way of living in Japan,
Yes, very
as
long.
compared? Because I'm also aware of how it is in the Philippines. It's really very, very different. Even from my country, which is India, it's also very, very different, right? So has it been very difficult for you getting accustomed to the culture and the way of living in Japan?
Yes, for the both of us, like he got work like after a year because we still don't know how to talk and how to communicate, and there are like about etiquette.
Yes.
So in the Philippines we have that one, but it's a little bit different here in Japan.
As compared to Japan,
Yeah.
right? No? How about you, Claire?
Yeah, it was really hard. It was a struggle until, I just adapted it, the culture. At first, I was in denial. I don't want, because I'm foreigner anyway. So I have this mentality. I'm foreign. Why would I? They should adjust. But then, at the end of the day, it's just always me who has I went home stressed, troubled. So I just learned to adapt it and to have a smooth living in Japan. It was great. At first, it was really hard. Actually, I cried. I wouldn't forget that one. First few months in Japan, my sister asked me to buy something at the groceries, and I was very confident. It's okay. Maybe they could understand me. I could speak English, but yeah, they couldn't understand me, so I just cried at the supermarket. And that's my cue that okay, I should learn how to speak. Just the basic.
Yes,
For the daily
yes,
living
yes.
and for I mean, learning the hiragana too.
I think it's basically overcoming that sort of culture shock,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
It's so
Yes.
different and getting adjusted. How about living in Japan for good? Would you be? Have you already decided to be living in Japan for good, or
For me
Yes.
and for my kids,
Yes.
it's fine.
All
I
right.
really like Japan because it's really safe for
Okay,
my kids,
okay.
and you know, benefits. Unlike in the Philippines, right? Like, if you don't have like health insurance,
Yes.
you have to pay like big time.
Yes.
And there is a big difference in medicals
Yes. Yes.
here and in Philippines.
As compared to
So,
the Philippines.
Yeah, for me,
All right.
I'd prefer living here with my kids.
All right.
Yeah.
How about you, Clarence?
For me, it's dependent.
Okay.
It's depend with the situation.
Okay. Do you also find like a difference, like how Michelle had just said, with healthcare?
Yes.
And like me personally, I feel Japan is a very safe country also to live in, right?
But not all.
Not always, not always very safe.
Because I have experienced the
Also, yes,
Yeah.
you also had an experience
Yes.
where your motorbike was
was
stolen.
stolen here in Japan.
So,
but
yes,
I thought
yes,
it's so safe, but
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I guess every place has its positives and negatives, no? So yes, that's true. Like we sort of have to take the bad with the good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Claire? I mean, have you decided? Would you like to live in Japan for good?
Like for retirement?
Yes.
Probably no. For retirement, maybe no. I still want to go back home to retire.
To the Philippines to
Yeah.
retire. All right. All right.
Yes.
Okay. What are your hobbies and how do you fulfill them while living in Japan? Let's start with you, Michelle.
Yeah, I sell food
All right.
online,
Online,
Filipino food,
Wow.
and sometimes I do crochet
All right.
for like a long time,
Okay.
but it took a lot of time. If I do crochet, I should sit the whole day,
All right.
so I can't do any household chores. So
Apart from
unlike
that.
unlike selling food, I can set my time like in 1 week I can sell on this day only. But sometimes customers
Yes.
order food on different days, so I can get it and then sell.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Clarence? What are your hobbies and how do you fulfill them living in Japan? Yeah.
Hobby, I think it's drinking lang.
That is very easy to do in Japan, no?
Yeah. Because if you
normal.
have a hobby here in Japan,
Yes.
you should have a lot of saving money. Not all.
I agree. Like
Because-
yeah, things are very expensive
Yes, you
here
have
in
to
Japan.
you have to spend money
All
if
right.
you want to have a hobby. That's why.
I agree.
Only drinking.
So you
Drinking,
stick to the drinking part,
And
right?
also an online game.
And online gaming.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
What sort of games do you play online?
It's popular now. Like they said, ML, the
All right.
mobile legend.
Mobile Legend.
Yeah.
So you play it on your cell phone itself?
Yes.
All right.
It's more
Okay.
fast
All right.
not in the computer.
Not on the computer.
Yeah.
So I guess then in that case, like you don't have to worry about expenses as far
Yes,
as buying
yes.
a sort of a gaming
Because it's
computer,
free. Yeah.
and it's a free
Yes,
sort of a
yes,
gaming
download,
thing,
yeah.
right? Okay, nice. How about you, Claire? What are your hobbies?
Hobbies.
Yeah.
Drinking no.
No. Shopping.
So that's why I'm getting.
Maybe like
So
shopping.
Yes, yes.
I think so, shopping, because I shop when it's on sale and it's
Alright.
very affordable.
All right, all right. So you said earlier when you initially came to Japan and when you went to a supermarket to buy something, it was very frustrating and very sort of difficult for you
yeah.
because you didn't know the language then. How is doing your shopping now?
And now, now, well, I could get by because of I learned how to speak the language, the
Alright.
daily conversation.
Alright.
It's fine, but sometimes, like if I feel it very difficult, of course I do the gestures. It really helps a lot.
All right.
But then because of probably Japan has been, I think, improving in terms of the English, especially probably because of the Olympics,
All right.
in preparation
all right.
of the Olympics. So
Okay.
especially in Kanagawa area or like in Tokyo area, wherever you go, and they're very. If you have difficulty in speaking the language and you could speak like a broken English, they
All
could
right.
understand you.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes.
So
So,
that
it's not. I think it's not really compared to when I first arrived in Japan 10 years ago, and like now it's totally different.
it's totally different. There
Yes.
has been a big change,
Yeah,
right?
big change, yes,
As far as
because-
accepting English for them is
Yes,
concerned.
Yes, because like nowadays, I think what I have observed, like if you like say, like speak to them in English, they would accommodate you.
All right.
Yes,
Alright.
like when they know that you speak English, and if ever they don't speak the language, but they have something that they could show you, like something like this, they're gonna point something that
yes.
you could understand.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to, and I think anywhere, especially in Tokyo area or like even in Yokohama too, there are many Japanese people there,
Yes.
like who is working in, I mean, customer service, that they could speak in English too. I mean, they try to, even if it's not perfect. Yeah.
It's not perfect, and,
Yeah.
but they make that effort,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Amazing.
So it's really improving, I would say, compared to like 10 years ago.
All right. I also think like as foreigners, like us making an effort, like it's sort of a sort of a two-way
Yes.
sort of an effort, right? Like they are making the effort, so I think it's probably easier for us also if we sort of make an
Yes,
effort,
make
learn
an
the
effort.
language,
Yeah.
and sort of bridge the gap, right?
Yeah,
Between-
it's
so
like
both are
me.
doing
Like
it.
if I have difficulty already, like of course you try to speak in, I mean Japanese
Yes.
at first, but then you're like, oh no, what is this? And with the smartphone nowadays too,
Yes.
it helps a lot too. Because sometimes like I try to use the dictionary and I was just gonna read it, or like just gonna show it to them, and then they're gonna understand it.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yes,
helps
I
a lot.
agree. I use the smartphone as well whenever I am lost, and
Yes.
it is very, very helpful, right? So, what's your favorite Japanese food? What's your favorite Japanese restaurant? And what's your favorite Japanese street food that you've eaten? Let's start with you, Clarence, this time. What's your favorite Japanese food to begin with?
Maybe ramen is not Japanese.
Ramen is Japanese.
That is always there's always a
That's a
discussion there,
staple.
right?
I mean, like I mean, it's a Japanese staple food. so-
Staple food, right? So, what kind of ramen do you like? What's your favorite ramen?
It's karamiso.
Karamiso. It's very spicy.
Yes, yes.
Me too. I like also spicy akamiso ramen is my favorite
yes,
ramen.
yes.
Yeah. What's your favorite restaurant? Japanese restaurant?
Restaurant. Yeah, I go only one place, uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the ramen shop.
Is that the name of the ramen shop also?
What's
Yes.
that?
Karamiso?
No,
the
no.
Yamaoka. Yamaoka, yeah.
Yamaokaya. That's the name of the
Yes.
restaurant, right?
Yamaoka.
All right. All right. Okay. How about you, Michelle? What's your
Same,
favorite
I really
Japanese
like
food?
ramen.
All right.
Tonkotsu
ramen. All right.
It's same as him, the karamiso.
The same place that
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
to. Okay.
But I also have this like food chain. It's Pepper's Lunch.
Pepper lunch.
Yeah,
Pepper lunch.
Yeah,
All
I
right, right.
really like that one. I think 8 years ago,
All
my
right.
last.
That was the last time
yeah,
that you've
yeah,
been there.
Yeah.
Is it also Japanese food?
It's
don't
a
think
steak
so.
actually,
All right. All right.
but I think it's not really a Japanese.
Yeah, it's not
Alright.
really a Japanese, but
Okay.
I don't know if we have that one in the Philippines.
We have it. That's why it's
No?
not Japanese, because we have it in the Philippines.
All right.
They serve steak
They serve steaks. All right.
Yeah.
and a hot plate.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I think
and
they,
plate, yeah.
as far as I heard, remember, I think they have
It's-
this, bankruptcy. So that's
Oh,
why it's
really?
closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
even in Yokohama,
It's not there anymore.
Yeah.
All right.
I tried to search it.
Okay.
The nearest one is
But you
in
couldn't find
Hachioji.
it?
Yeah, but it's really far. Like it
3
will
hours.
Oh,
take
so they do
1
have a
hour.
place, but it's very far.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
From
Okay.
Mostly
Alright.
of their, because they were everywhere.
All right.
Before,
All right.
Yeah.
before.
Alright.
And
Yeah.
any stations they have it.
They have it.
Like
Really?
even in Yokohama, like small stations they have it, and then they shut down. And I heard like because of
All right.
bankruptcy,
Okay.
they're left. I mean, few shops
few
left.
shops. Yeah.
All right. How about your street food? Have you tried any Japanese street food, or what is your favorite
Yakitori.
Japanese food?
Yeah, in our place,
Yes.
there's a lot of like
Yakitori.
yakitori.
It's like
Really?
a barbecue
Barbecue.
All right.
with tare.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one we always eat.
I like the what is that?
Show?
The
Tare.
name.
Tare.
Sigaw ang pangalan sa kuwan ba? Sa
Kashira.
Kashira.
Yeah,
The
kashira.
name is Kashira.
The name is Kashira. Huh?
Yeah,
All right.
Kashira.
Okay.
Barbecue.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Claire? What is your favorite Japanese food? Your favorite Japanese restaurant?
Can I answer two?
Oh yeah. More than
Three
more
na
than
lang.
two is also fine.
Three, no, two lang. I really love sushi
you like sushi
and ramen
and ramen as well. So what is
and
your
soba and udon.
soba
the
and
dog.
That's
ramen?
already 4.
You said three, okay, four.
What is your favorite ramen?
My favorite ramen actually, I have a ramen shop. I mean, the ramen shop nearby my place, and I usually order. I mean, they know it already that I order show ramen.
Sure ramen.
Yeah.
All right.
So like even if I just enter the shop, they already
they're
know
like,
that.
"Oh,
That's,
okay.
yes,
Sure
yes,
ramen,
yes,
please."
yes.
No need to talk, man.
Yeah.
No need to order.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's,
actually, yeah.
it's like James Bond walking, the usual.
Yes, the owner would say like, because the owner was like, oh, sushiburi. Like if I didn't go there
For a long time,
for a
alright.
long time, sushiburi, and it was like, sure.
Alright.
Yeah, he knows it before I
It
buy the
makes you
ticket.
it makes you feel very important, right?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
they're like,
yes.
who's this walking in?
Yeah,
The same on
The same for you,
ramen
you
shop.
too as
he
well,
knows
right?
it already.
I think
We've been eating there for
8 years.
8 years.
Yeah,
all
or
right.
8 years or 9.
Okay.
Yeah. So the bachang there already knows
They,
us.
they know both
so
of you.
he already ordered it right before we clicked the buttons.
Wow. So what about your favorite restaurant? What is your favorite restaurant?
Restaurant, because I like sushi.
Yes.
I like the sushi roll because everything there is 100 yen.
All right.
100 yen.
Yes, all the sushi there are like 100 yen.
It's very, very
It's the kaiten sushi.
All right.
So it's like the conveyor belt sushi.
How many plates do you finish?
Secret. Yeah, I like that one, especially the salmon. And for the street food, I like yakisoba.
Yakisoba you like. All right.
The
Okay.
yakisoba.
I know you all are from Kanagawa, as in you are living in Kanagawa right now. Claire, you had lived in Shizuoka before. You always visit Shizuoka very often. What, according to you, are the merits or the good points of living in Shizuoka? Let's start with you, Michelle.
For me, it's like so silent
Yes.
and like, hello, Mount Fuji is here.
Oh, yes,
So yeah, it's very relaxing. Like, and our place is also relaxing, but unlike here, we cannot hear like motorcycles everywhere. So for me, it's really nice for
So the peace and the
relaxing here.
quiet
Yeah,
and-
and also we love beach. So
The beaches, right? All
yeah.
right. Okay, so you do you visit very often during summertime?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, summertime. Summer is for us Numazu
All right.
beach.
How about you, Clarence?
Yeah, the beach.
The same reason.
Yes. That's why if we live here in Shizuoka, maybe the beach.
The beach would be your number one
Yes,
go-to
yes.
place, right? All right. How about you, Claire?
Me, like actually, I feel like if I come and visit now in Shizuoka or Numazu from Yokohama, it feels like, oh, I'm going to Inaka. Like, Inaka da! That's what I feel actually. Because, I live, my place where I live near the railroad.
Yeah.
And it's very noisy, and
Okay.
everything is like fast pacing. People is like, always in a hurry, and then whenever I reach, like when I arrive in Mishima, Tami, like especially Numazu, you take the train and it's very long time. The train, like, you have to wait like what 10 minutes or like 30 minutes. So it feels like, well, yeah, it's very peaceful, quiet, and I feel whenever I visit here, I feel like Natsukashi.
All right.
Yeah.
Like you're visiting our
Yes,
countryside, no?
yeah,
Okay,
something like that.
All right.
It's really nice. It's peaceful, quiet, and like low pace compared to like like everyone, all the people in Kanagawa, like they're always in a hurry.
Always in her.
Yeah. Okay.
Here it's like you can
Feels like they're running
slow,
out.
yeah,
It's slow paced.
yeah,
no?
slow pace.
So, where all have you traveled in Shizuoka, and what has been your favorite place so far?
Shizuoka-Ken.
Shizuoka-Ken in Shizuoka-Ken.
And Shizuoka-Ken? Is a part of Shizuoka-Ken? Izu is Shizuoka-Ken.
Izu is a part of Shizuoka. Yes,
Right?
it is.
I think
Yes,
so,
the
yeah.
Izu
I
Peninsula.
love yeah. I went to Izu many times.
All right.
I love it there.
Okay.
The beach,
All right.
the nature. I mean,
Okay.
like, yeah. I went to, I think it's a different, not the Izu, but it's part of Izu Peninsula.
Mm-hmm.
The one, I went there like hiking. I forgot what kind of Izu. You have to ride a boat. Like it's an overnight ship.
All right. All right.
But I know it's part of Izu Peninsula.
It's a part of the Izu Peninsula? Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
went there too with my friends during summer. It was nice too. Like beach, the
All
beach
right,
too.
all right.
I've been. I think when I used to live here in Numazu, I asked a Japanese friend
Right.
to drive me around around Shizuoka area because he's from Shizuoka.
Mhm.
So yeah, I visited maybe all the part in Izushi. It's really I really love Izu.
So the Izu Peninsula
Yes.
is your
Yeah.
favorite place in Shizuoka.
Yeah.
Is there any place that you would like to travel in Shizuoka that you haven't yet been to?
Oh, Shizuoka. Actually, I've never been to like my boundaries until Shizuoka-shi. I've never been outside to Shizuoka-shi. So from Shizuoka-shi to Atami-shi, like
Yeah.
somewhere. I've been there, like beyond.
Beyond Shizuoka, you
Shizuoka-shi.
haven't been.
Yeah.
So you want to sort
Yes,
of
yes.
experience
Yes.
those places, right?
Yes.
Like Hamamatsu.
Yes, I've never been to like
Shimano.
Fujaida, something
All right,
like
all
that.
right.
Mhm.
Okay. How about you, Michelle? What has been your favorite place in Shizuoka so far? And where would you like to go to in Shizuoka?
Yeah, last summer we went to Atami Beach.
All right.
So that's one of the nicest beach.
Beaches that you've been to so far?
we've been
All right.
so far. So the place that I want to go to is the Mount Fuji. I want to
All right.
try it.
You want to climb Mount Fuji?
Yeah,
Wow.
I wanted to
Amazing.
try it.
Do you want to do the same,
Yes.
Clarence?
Really? I doubt it.
Yes. But now it's corona.
Yes,
more
yes,
difficult.
it's very difficult
It's
now,
very
right
difficult,
now.
yeah.
Because
Yeah. But yes, it is a beautiful experience. By the way, have you climbed Mount Fuji?
Yeah, twice.
Twice.
I did Fuji Yoshida Trail and the Shibashiri Trail.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I still want to climb it, but maybe I have to climb one more time using the Gotemba Trail. I want to do
You
the
haven't
Gotemba.
tried. I heard the Gotemba Trail is the longest.
Longest.
Is it? Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
they
more
said
difficult.
it's the
right?
longest, but they said it's the more easiest hike
Yes,
too.
yes, yes. So yes, it is a beautiful experience. You should try it out, even if it's difficult.
Yeah.
When you travel in Shizuoka, I'll start with both of you. How do you travel, and do you face any challenges while you are traveling?
Yeah,
the first time.
yeah. Before we
Yes.
traveled
By
through
train.
train.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's the easiest one
Okay.
for us. Since,
Okay.
every sign here has English.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you can read the sign.
You mean at the train stations?
yes.
Yes,
It's
yes.
written in English. All right.
and then we tried by car.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so but the whole time I have to look at the map.
Google.
All right.
That-
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
So there was the last time we went to Fuji
Okay.
instead of going out to
Fuji
Numazu.
Kailan.
Yeah, Chiga. The last time that we got lost when I was pregnant.
So
the
you
first
took
time.
you took the wrong exit from
Yes.
the
Yeah, 'cause
expressway.
we were like looking at the map, so the map
All right.
gave us a wrong, like
Not
exit.
Not,
Not
Alright.
really a wrong exit, but we don't have ETC card.
All right, all right.
So that
you
exit-
couldn't exit from the ETC
Yeah, we
Yeah.
cannot- we cannot.
only. I think it's the ETC only exit,
Only.
right?
Yes, yes.
All right.
So we went
We went
through
straight.
Fuji.
And then you had to
Shit.
come back
Back.
again
Yeah.
to Numazu. All right.
Yeah,
Okay. How about you, Claire? How do you travel around in Shizuoka? And do you face any challenges while you're traveling?
Train and bus.
All right.
Shizuoka.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's very easy though. It's train and bus.
All right.
Before I travel, I mean, like, because I visited a lot of places. Like, yeah, between Atami and Shizuoka, it's just by train and bus. And before I travel, I usually check online, like the bus route, the bus number, the time.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, basically whenever I travel, that's one thing I'm gonna check.
Yeah.
The first bus and the last bus, the time interval.
The timing of the.
Yes. So I could like make what time should I catch the bus here or something. Yeah.
Oh.
It's pretty easy. I mean, it's not really difficult even if you don't know the language, and if you get lost, then you just ask help and they're very willing to help you.
Yeah.
And one thing that it's nice for Japanese people that if you get lost, like they're gonna go with you.
All right. Oh, really?
Yes,
So,
like show you. It's not like just like go like here. Like sometimes like maybe they know like you're not from the place.
familiar with the streets.
Yes,
and
they're
the
gonna
turnings.
go with you.
They will
like,
actually walk you
with
to the
yes.
place. Really, that's
Show
really
you.
amazing.
Yes,
That's
yeah,
really.
that's
Uh,
pretty nice.
Would there be any suggestions that you would like to give as far as traveling is concerned? Like, do you think like the signage for a maybe for probably a tourist who is visiting Japan, do you think it is sufficient, or do you think there should be more English signs or any other suggestions that you would like to give?
I think they already made it good.
They made it all right.
Yeah.
They made it good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they should watch out for like that train transfer.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
transferring.
Transferring of
Yeah.
from one station to another,
Yes.
or the lines, the different
Yes.
lines that are
Yes,
there. That
there's
can
a
be a
line.
little confusing, no?
About the
Right.
platform.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
difficult
yeah.
because-
So probably signage
So signage.
related to that in English
Yes.
is what you're saying.
Yes.
I think it's already
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
You
I
can
think-
find it at the station.
I think there, like we said earlier, probably because of the Olympics, there has been a lot of changes, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
So it is much more easier as compared to how it was before.
Yes,
correct?
yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
so.
Okay. Where do you get your information concerning daily life? Now, this would be like, for example, a matsuri, a festival, or an activity that you would like to do in Japan. How do you get to know about these, and how do you get to those places?
In school.
You get it from school?
Yes.
All right. Okay,
Ah,
because
okay.
your children are studying in
Yeah,
schools.
actually, my son, he has lots of friends.
All right.
So like, his friends will told him that we're gonna
Some
have there's
matsuri.
the matsuri here,
Mhm.
and then we all in our town. It's a small town, but we have this Zamba Matsuri.
Mhm.
It's like Brazilian and Peru
Matsuri.
dancing in the
Yes, yes,
streets, but
Matsuri and Hanabi.
yeah, Matsuri and Hanabi. But we sometimes they put like signage,
But
on the-
all in
but all in Japanese.
Japanese.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Where is the signage? Is it at school?
No,
No,
in
in
the
the-
street.
Or you mean in the
Yeah,
streets?
yeah.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Sometimes there are people who will put it in the
the-
post.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So probably it would be a little more helpful for foreigners if there was the same signage with a little bit of English there.
Yes, yes.
Yes, but in our place there are lots of Spanish people,
All right.
so
Okay.
they have a translated one, but only Japanese to Spanish or
Alright.
Portuguese.
All right.
No.
All right.
And then they
English.
also have Thai language and
Alright.
Vietnamese, but no Filipino
No.
or English.
Or English.
Yeah.
I guess it's like you said. depending on the number of people that are living there, right, of the community.
Yes,
So makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
How about you, Claire? How do you come to know about these
If
events?
you want to know the events, especially in Yokohama itself, you just check the website,
All right.
and it's written there. All
Which website do you check?
there's a Yokohama website.
All
They
right.
have a English website too. Like
Really?
you're just gonna click
Really?
English version, and it's there.
Really? So is this the Yokohama city website, as in the
Yes.
city hall website?
Yes.
Amazing. So this is something very, very interesting. Like you can get a lot of information from the city website that is there, right?
Yeah.
So that's
if
where you get it.
Yeah. If it's
Actually,
like
we
this,
also have that one,
All right.
but
Okay.
you know, it's our place is just not too big,
All right.
so most of the people
No.
know it from
Ah.
through posts.
Through-
So.
if
through
it's like
communications,
a
yeah.
city, the city festival or something, it's all there. But if it's like within my area, only within my ward,
Right.
so you could check it at the station because there's a bulletin board. So yeah, they're gonna post it there,
All
and
right.
even near my house too, there's another bulletin board.
Okay.
And maybe one advantage for me, like regarding within my ward, so because I teach at NPO in Conan Lounge,
Okay.
so that one too, they have these. They help foreigners, like
All right.
not just Filipinos but all foreigners. So I have a first hand of information whenever there's like, anything within the ward because
Alright.
like they have it there. They're gonna give it to me.
Awesome.
The list.
Amazing. Amazing.
And it's translated. You
Alright.
can have like Korean, Chinese, there's
Amazing.
Spanish. Yeah, yes.
That is amazing. If it's
Yes, they even have
translated
Tagalog.
for- Really?
And they're gonna ask me, like I said, like, because sometimes gonna check. I said, like, sorry, I cannot check the Tagalog because I'm not really good at Tagalog.
You prefer English.
Yes.
In what way do you associate with the local Japanese people in your community? I'll start with you, Clarence and Michelle. How do you
communicate?
Yes, how do you in your community? How do you sort of mingle with the community? Do you sort of go and join in their events? Do you integrate with the community?
Not
The Japanese
really,
people.
Yeah,
All
not
right.
really.
Japanese? Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
But we have this, like, I think about cleaning the like
Community
garbage.
service?
Yes,
Garbage.
yes.
Where we throw our garbage.
Yeah.
So we have this, like, every house they're gonna put the
Broom and
cleaning the broom and the dustpan.
Dustpan.
All right.
But it's gonna be like maybe twice a year.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
So you just sort of participate in that.
Yes,
Right? You
yes.
clean.
You should.
You have
Yeah,
to.
you
Actually,
have
it's a
to,
sort of a
yeah.
duty that you have to do as a community, no?
Yes.
As a part of the community,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Is there any sort of activity in your community that you know of which you would like to participate or like to join?
Yeah, I tried the matsuri before.
All right.
Yeah, so I went to the Yakuba where they say it's Yakuba. It's a town hall.
It's
All right.
like a festival.
Okay.
So it's like a festival for foreign people. So I
Really?
tried asking them if I can like have a small space there, like a stall, and
Alright.
sell Filipino food. Since when we tried it before, it's like all like Vietnamese, Thailand, and then Peru.
Mhm.
No Filipino. So
Oh,
I
really?
tried asking them if I can, but they said that you have to be part
before.
of the like a club.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
1 year before. You have to.
Yes, but he said you have to be part of the club
Okay.
and you have to like have a schedule it for
Reservation.
1 year before.
Really?
Yeah.
Very
So
advanced.
I think they have to check you if you have certificates, like
All right.
anything.
Yeah, I think here in Japan they are very particular about those sort of things,
Yes,
no?
yes,
Everything has
yes.
to be approved, everything has to be
Yes,
in black and white and
Yeah.
things like that, no?
So yeah.
But that is something that you want to do in your community. You want to participate in that,
Yes.
right?
Hey, she
Yeah.
wants.
And sort of set up a Filipino stall.
Yeah, yeah.
That
So
would
that
be amazing.
you know,
actually.
most of the Japanese really likes Filipino foods.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I wanted some other countries to try our food
Your food,
too.
yeah.
Yeah. But
Especially the mochi.
yeah.
Mochi.
Is they would like the
They would
mochi?
like,
All right.
yeah.
Okay. How about you, Claire? How do you sort of
Participate.
participate in activities in your community?
I haven't tried out. But yeah, just the summertime, the Matsuri.
Yes.
There, I think, how is it, 2 times in summer.
Mhm.
I really wanted to try the one with carrying the, what's it? This one? Like, makore.
I'm not
I
sure what the term is.
I'm not something like makoroshi. Something like shi. I really wanted to try that one, like wearing the white one.
Yes.
And you have to carry like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Dancing.
Yeah, it looks very
Yes.
exciting, right? I
Yes,
mean, they're
yes.
always
But I just don't know like how and
how to do
where
it, no?
to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I know that one every summer. Because I've seen some familiar faces there, like
Mm-hmm.
that maybe they live around my neighborhood. There's like they're from. I know those faces, so like maybe I could ask or something. Because I really want to join. It's just those people who carry those. I don't know what's the term for that in Japanese. I think they're from the community.
All right. Okay.
From the neighborhood.
All right. What kind of social interchanges do you want to perform? For example, like if you have the opportunity, would you like to sort of like showcase your country? Like for example, Michelle, you mentioned that you want to join that
Yeah,
Matsuri,
Yes.
and you want to set up a Filipino
Right,
stall. You
yes.
want to introduce the Filipino food to the Japanese people. Not only the Japanese people, the other foreign people that are
Yes,
there as well, right?
Exactly.
This is something that you would like to do.
Personally,
Mhm.
actually no. Yeah, actually I've been asked by the NPO, the one in Conan Lounge, few times like to do it.
All right.
Because like because I'm Filipino and then I work for them. I always declined. I'm not
All right.
ready for it.
All right. All right.
In Yokohama, the wards there, in every ward, they have this like international festival that you can
Yeah.
call.
All right. So do you participate in those festivals?
Actually, I haven't. Like,
Okay.
I always like I know the dates, the
All right.
invitations, but it's just like the day.
Okay.
is-
It's not convenient for you.
Because it's a working day for me.
Oh,
I really wanted
Okay.
to see it though too.
Okay.
Because somebody will gonna perform the traditional Filipino dance, their
Mm-hmm.
foods, not just Philippines but from other foreign countries.
Countries.
They have that one every
All
day.
right. How do you get the administrative service information from your city? For example, documents related to tax, insurance, pension. How do you get this information from your city hall? And how difficult it is for you to deal with that as a foreigner?
From him,
Yes.
it's from his company.
All right.
So he's like the broker.
Yeah, the book.
The
Okay.
broker will always help us.
Mhm.
But Japan,
Yes.
they wanted the real person who was named on that card.
To be
You're-
present
Yeah.
there at that time,
Yeah.
right?
But
Okay.
it's really difficult because we only know a little Japanese,
All right.
and then not that much,
All right.
but still can communicate though. But their words is really very difficult
To,
to understand.
to understand completely what they're trying to
Yes.
say, right? Are there any suggestions that you would like to give as far as dealing with this problem from a city hall perspective? What do you think that the city could probably do to address this challenge for foreigners like who at least you can communicate in Japanese quite a bit,
Yeah.
but assuming, like for example for me, I cannot communicate completely in Japanese. So what do you think like the city should do to sort of accommodate that sort of challenge?
For me, they should have a translator.
All right.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
yes.
not on
Translate.
call, but
Translate
in person.
In person there.
Yeah, because
Alright.
I tried it before,
Mhm.
but they told me that they have to like book a translator first.
All right. So you have to schedule a sort of a
Yes,
meeting.
yes.
So
All
it's
right.
really difficult, especially if you're in hurry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
of us is in hurry in Japan because you
Yes.
have to work.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So to schedule it on a work day, because definitely it has to be a working day. It cannot be a weekend, right?
Yes.
All right. How about you, Claire?
If like now, if I would say like now, I think not really difficult compared to years ago, because I don't know, but in Yokohama, in my ward, in Yokohama itself, like she said, like you have to schedule. There's a yoke. They call it yoke.
Okay.
You can just call there and get a translator or interpreter to go with you. But actually now, it has changed because in the ward, as far as I observe, in the ward, there's a translator I think 3 times a week.
Really?
Yes, there's English, there's even Chinese. In my ward, okay, I've seen that one, but there's just a specific time. They are there on that day, on that time.
And that they only.
All right.
Yes.
Really?
So you don't need to schedule like before.
Like a special sort of an appointment.
Yes. But of course you can still do that for like scheduling. You're just gonna call the yoke, or
Okay.
you could ask them ahead of time, the ward. But I've never do it. I haven't tried it though. All the time I just did it by myself, just
All right.
feeling I know it. But no, but actually, yeah. Before I go to go to the ward office or something like that, if I have questions, I'm gonna search it online, just familiarize everything a bit, and just trying my very best to speak it or to communicate in Japanese.
Okay.
But I have an experience like when I moved in from Shizuoka and I moved to Yokohama, I wanted to have the health card. When I was working here, I was under like the Shakai Hoken. And then I went to the ward office and I just like show like I want this, I want this, something like that. I want a health card just to have.
Gestures help a lot, right?
Yes, something like that. And then I just really wanted the health card because the Shakai has the pension and health in it, right? It's a combination.
Yes.
But I just wanted the health card because we don't have a health card from the company. So, but then I didn't understand anything, and they asked me like, okay, I know that they called from my previous the Shakai Hoken company, and yeah, they gave me that one, and I signed everything, but I thought that was for health, but actually it wasn't. It's different. After a few months, I was like, how come I didn't still receive the health card? Something like that. So I waited, and I said like I paid every month because there will be like a card I've been receiving from the post, and I bring that one at my workplace and I showed it to my coworkers like, I wanted the health card, but what I've been paying. I show it to them and it's like, this is not a health card, this is a pension. So like, yeah, it wasn't a national health insurance, but pension.
The pension card.
And
right?
then I have to go back again for that one. But yeah, nowadays, especially in newcomer, it's easy. They have a steady translator for like 3 times a week, I think so.
All right.
For half day, like in the morning.
That is really amazing. Like,
Yes.
to have a dedicated. I think it also depends on the size of the ward or
Yes.
the size of the city, probably. No, Yokohama being a very big
Yes,
city,
yeah.
so probably they have a dedicated. It's very difficult to have a dedicated person in a very small place where
Yes.
the number of foreigners are
Yes,
lesser
yeah.
or fewer, right?
I think in our place, the majority foreigner is like Brazilians.
All right.
So Portuguese and Spanish is their main
Yeah.
translator there. But it's still good.
Yeah. In Yokohama, I think not just the yoke, there are other like groups or like offices. Like the NPO that I work, they can do that one too, like translation or like interpreter. And there's one that Earth, I don't know, I've never been there, the one in Hongodai. I know that one is quite big too,
All right.
an office that you could request.
So do you have any concerns about emergencies or disaster scenarios, for example, like an earthquake or a tsunami? I know you live near the mountains,
They're
away
in the
from
dam. Okay.
You also live near a
Yes,
dam, all
yeah.
right. So you do have a threat of
Yes.
flooding,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Not a tsunami per se, but maybe floods?
Yes.
Yes, but we're on a little bit on top.
All right.
Yes,
Alright.
yes.
Yes. Then
Then
we
others.
can hear the warning
All right. Okay.
in the river. You should not go to near.
You shouldn't go near the river
Yes.
during this
Yes,
time.
yeah.
Right? But how about you, Claire? Do you
I live near the ocean.
you live near the ocean, so you have a threat for a tsunami, right? So, are you aware of your evacuation centers, and do you know in an event of an emergency, where do you need to go? Do you know about that?
Yeah, I know. I know my evacuation center. It's near my place.
All right. So, how did you get this information?
Because like when I moved to Yokohama, so I studied Japanese at the ward office.
Okay.
And then my Japanese teacher told me like you should know the basics.
All right.
And because that was after the big earthquake, so
All right.
he taught me that like these are the things that you should have, you should know to do everything. And it was really helpful. And that's why he asked me where I live so he could search it for me.
All right. All right. Okay.
That's it. And then at my workplace too, because like after the big earthquake, right, there were
Yes.
still aftershocks, and the head there always asked me like, do you know where to go like during
Yeah.
emergencies?
Oh, that's
'Cause
nice.
They're very concerned. It's like yes, I know my evacuation center. I know what to do, and they
Amazing.
gave me like numbers too. Like a list of numbers, like just in case of
In case of an emergency,
What-
so you know where to
yes,
call,
yes,
right?
yes.
That is awesome.
They were
How
very
about you,
helpful.
Michelle and Clarence? Do you know where you need to go? Where is your evacuation
Yes,
center?
yes. Actually, it's just 2 minutes away from our house.
All right.
So I know it because they have this big sign,
All right.
but it was written in Portuguese
In
or
Portuguese.
Spanish. But
All right.
you know the picture, it's evacuation.
All right.
And from my son went to that school, so every year they're gonna give us this big sheet of paper, so where to go and what to do.
Okay.
So yeah, it's very convenient for
Yeah,
us.
they have a trail.
Alright.
Tsunami dyan. Earthquake.
Drill.
Drill.
A drill. All right.
yeah.
All right.
They always have
They always-
earthquake
Amazing.
drill. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you participate in these drills?
Yes, we have to because
Really?
you have to pick your kids.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
The last time I forgot that there's an earthquake drill, so my son is the only one
left.
left in their like class.
Really?
So the sensei was like calling me like, it's an earthquake drill, so you have to pick up your son. My son was already crying.
Oh
It's
no.
the last one, and our house is very very near.
All right.
But I have excuse on that one because I was pregnant with my
Okay,
second
all right,
child.
all right.
So like I was like
That
sleeping.
was a one-time sort of an event.
Yeah.
But
it
that's
was-
amazing that you actually participate in these
Yes.
emergency
Yes,
drills. So
yes.
even if you are not aware of or you're unable to read the signage or understand, during these drills you get to sort of know where you need to go and what you
Yes.
need to do. No?
And actually, Uncle, the school, they're gonna ask you about your like
Emergency number.
Yeah, your number
Yeah.
and then your email address, so that anytime there is emergency, they're gonna send you a mail
All right.
or a message or call you.
Okay.
So yeah, it's really nice.
Okay. Finally, what's the best piece of advice that you would like to give a person or a foreigner who is wanting to come and live in Japan or tour Japan? What would be your piece of advice? Let's start with both of you.
For me, mindset.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
They should be focused. What
all right.
what
Okay.
they want to do.
I agree. I
Yes.
agree. What about you, Michelle?
For me, common sense, and they have to know
Common
that-
sense. So
Yeah,
that is a very important point
common
that you made
sense,
there, right?
because you know, if you don't learn Japanese, so you won't like for me, I went to school.
Yes.
Like they have this work.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's a community, but I think it's everywhere in Japan. They have this free Japanese lesson. So I went there for like a year, and it's very helpful for me since I have a student. So
Right.
I can read katakana, hiragana, and then a little bit of kanji.
Yes.
So yeah, common sense, and you have to learn their etiquette too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The ways of
Yeah,
moving
'cause
around
we
in
have
Japan,
different
right? Yes.
etiquette.
yes,
So
yes.
because you're here in Japan, so you have to do it.
You have to be
too.
aware of it as
Yeah.
well, right? Yeah, true. How about you, Claire?
Yeah, I think like knowing a bit of the culture or customs before coming to Japan, and a bit of the language as well. I think so. But probably like reading hiragana, katakana, or kanji would be really difficult, but just like learning a bit of the language. I mean, basic,
Okay.
Basic.
and yeah, the costume. It really helps.
All right. Thank you. Thank you all very much for this wonderful interview that you've given me. And thank you all for watching. I hope this interview was informative and you enjoyed watching it as well. Thank you. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's your name?
My name is Val Claire.
What's your name?
My name is Michelle.
What's your name?
My name is Clarence.
Okay, this is just testing just to see the voice.
Nangit-kit.
Okay.
Help a friend daw.
Can I call a friend? Gonna get struck.
He has to drink like 2 cans.
2 cans? Do you want me to
No,
bring
no, well, it's hot now. It's getting hot.
I studied Japanese, and then my teacher told me, like, these are the bathing.
It's not recording.
It's not recording.
No, I'm so sorry.
Because you turned it off.
I'm so sorry. We'll have to do this again.
Sure.
We have one here.